Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be talking about items that are really difficult to clean. These are items that you should avoid if you hate cleaning, which most of us do hate cleaning. I mean, there's those weirdos that are on like Clean Talk, or they might have these cleaning channels here on YouTube, which, I mean, I guess if you want tips and stuff, that's fine, but like, who enjoys watching people clean or enjoys cleaning? I don't even know who these people are. They can come to my house if they so choose. But you know, if you don't like cleaning, which means you're a normal person, then avoid some of these items. Now, some of these will depend on sort of lifestyle choices, and I'll get to some of that. And I'm also gonna provide some solutions for items I think that are more practical and less maintenance when it comes to cleaning. I'm gonna do that as well along the way. So let's get going. Okay, but first I wanna take a moment and talk about Paperlike, which is the sponsor of today's video. Now, Swiss Paperlike is an adhesive film that turns your iPad screen into a paper-like texture. So as a YouTuber, this helps me control my drawing hand while making things like my thumbnails, while working on Roast My Spaces. So when you guys send me photos, I draw all over them to kind of give my notes on what I think you should maybe improve. Or I'm working on different creative projects, but I also really use it for admin tasks and things as well, like grocery shopping, to-do lists. So Paperlike makes writing on drawing on my iPad an actual enjoyable experience because it feels like paper and doesn't have that sort of slippery feeling that you get when you put a pen on a glass screen. This is because Paperlike uses nanodots technology, which provides resistance against your stylus, and it kind of makes it vibrate, recreating that authentic feeling of writing on paper. Even though the screen protector adds, of course, to the tactile experience, it doesn't take away from your visual experience either. Paperlike's focus on making and preserving stunning picture quality is still very much there, so you still have an enjoyable experience. So if you want to upgrade your iPad, go get Paperlike using my link, which is down in the description, which is just paperlike.com/Nick Lewis. You can go check it out there. And now let's hop back in to how to avoid cleaning and creating a little bit more of a low maintenance home. Okay, first up on my list is gonna be something that is in my very background, and that is a light colored sofa. So light colored sofas are very impractical because, well, it should be obvious. If you spill something on them, it's gonna show up. If you want like a darker gray or a darker, you know, navy or, you know, some sort of darker color, it's gonna go and hide some of those stains a lot better than a light colored sofa will. That's just reality. Now, for me, I still made the decision because sometimes it's worth it. You know, sometimes it's worth the extra cleaning that you're gonna put up with by having a light colored sofa, but let's be honest, it will see every stain is gonna show up on there. You're gonna be able to see it. Also, those little like fuzzy little balls that you get that maybe come off of people's jeans or things, their pants, whatever, naturally that is gonna slough off. And listen, if you have a gray couch or you have something in a much darker color, darker brown or something like that, it's not gonna be as noticeable, so you don't really need to do a lot of maintenance. You know, some people never do a whole lot of maintenance at all or any really cleaning on their couch at all. But if you have a light colored couch, you're gonna constantly be needing to maintain it. You know, this especially, I think, is also gonna be very lifestyle based. If you're a person who is an adult, which you probably are if you're watching my video, not many children really watch my videos, I'll be honest. If you're an adult and you live on your own and you think you can handle it, then get a light colored couch. You know, get that white cloud sofa if you so choose. I mean, good luck to you, but you know, go for it. But if you're a person who has maybe the husband or the wife, or you've got the kids and they're super messy or whatever, and they got their little like dirty fingers and stuff all of it. I don't just mean the kids, but maybe the husband too. If they're not very clean, then you know, you might want to reconsider or get rid of them, which is also another approach. Get rid of the husband, get rid of the kids. That can also make sense. You know, divorce is always an option. So, you know, I would say choose carefully. Also, if you have a pet, you also might want to avoid a light colored couch as well, which of course I did not. I have a pet anyway, but I chose a light colored couch because I'm stupid. That's another option too. Don't get rid of the dog though. That's just mean. Don't you dare. You made a commitment. Do not take that dog to the pound. You made a commitment. You're in it for life. I'm sorry. You're a monster if you take that to the pound. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kids, you know, and husbands, they can fend for themselves, but animals are helpless. So don't get rid of the pet. But I'm just gonna say you got options, okay? Now, I'll also add, if you insist on keeping the grubby children and the messy husband, then here's some options for you. Well, first, get a different couch, which obviously. But I would say there's another couple options of things that I do in order to maintain the couch. I would say two things. One, Folex, sponsor me, Folex, come on. I live for this product. I have had it for about 10 years, ever since Sophie was a puppy. I love Folex so much. It is a miracle cleaner. It will take anything out of anything. I don't care. It's taken turmeric stains out of that very couch, okay? Folex is an amazing cleaner. You can buy it on Amazon. Fabulous. I highly recommend. The other thing I would recommend is a little pill shaver, because those little pills that you get from jeans, from whatever, from pants, they will slough off, they will get on there, and there's just really no way of taking them off, and it will just make your place look really grubby. So get those, shave those little pills off. I probably do it about once a month. It takes me like 15 minutes, not a big deal. But anyway, if you're trying to avoid all this cleaning and maintenance, don't get a light couch. That's really the answer to the end of this. But you know, if you do decide on a light couch, you have some options. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be open shelving. Okay, if you hate cleaning, don't go for a lot of open shelving, okay? Or you don't even need to take part in this trend at all. Okay, you don't need the open shelving. No one needs open shelving. It's fine if you like open shelving because you want to display beautiful goods, then that's fine. But if you've got ugly things that you want to display, then I'm going to judge you relentlessly. It's also very impractical when it comes to cleaning purposes. Why? Well, so often we see these things in bathrooms, but definitely the trend has been putting them in kitchens. And here's the thing, when it's near your stovetop, that's just going to get spaghetti sauce splashed all over it. Now, do you really want to, like, not only are you cleaning the shelf, but you're cleaning all the stuff on there. You're cleaning your stupid like teapots and your mugs and stuff, and you're throwing all those in the dishwasher because they got messy. Or they get dusty because they just collect dust. They're dust magnets. There is just so much dirt and grime, but especially in the kitchen, you're gonna get splashes of sauces and all the rest. I mean, who has the time and the patience to have to clean that all the time? It's incredibly impractical. This is the trend that will not die. Maybe it will this year. I feel like maybe we're finally gonna end the open shelving madness. Consider as a solution, clove shelving. Craziness, I know, but close up that shelving. You know what I mean? Like put regular old closed cabinetry. It's been around for a very long time, and it does a really good job of keeping dust and gross things out of your bowls and dishes and things and mugs and stuff. It does a really good job. So consider that as a great option. Also another idea, if you love the look of open shelving and you want to show off some of your beautiful items, but you don't want all the maintenance, consider glass front cabinetry. There's beautiful ones in plain glass. You've got ones with sort of a fluted or even a reeded sort of finish onto it. And those are really great too, because you're able to show off some of your items, but because they're closed, they're gonna get less dusty and they're not gonna get as messy as open shelving. So consider glass fronts as a great alternative. And I would say in addition to that, if you do love open shelving, if you insist on some open shelving, fine, just get a little bit. Store your cookbooks, consider storing it, putting your open shelving in places that are not in the splash zone. Okay, so not near the sink, we're not going near the stovetop, right? Maybe find another place in the kitchen in order to do, and then style them. Style them with beautiful things that maybe don't require as much cleaning, or if you do need to clean them regularly, you have a way of doing that. So, you know, books, for example, as opposed to something that you're actually gonna use for eating, where, you know what, if you put your wine glasses on there and then everyone's like, ugh, now you're the person that serves all your wine glasses and they got spots on them or dust or whatever, maybe books, because no one really cares if those get a little bit dusty. So style them accordingly, put them in places in the kitchen and the bathroom and whatever that are gonna be less traffic spaces, lower traffic spaces, and they're not gonna get as grubby and easier to clean that way. So that's what I would say. Or don't do with them at all, in which case just close up that open shelving and move on. Okay, next up on my list of items to avoid if you hate cleaning, I would say this is a classic one. Another trendy item is the vessel sinks. Vessel sinks can be beautiful, can be great, can be super stylish, super popular. People love them. Oh, they're great. There's just so many interesting vessel sinks out there. But especially those curved ones, that little area, where the countertop meets the edge, that little is so hard to clean. It's so annoying, and it just traps all the gunk. You're gonna get old toothpaste in there from, you know, those grubby kids that I told you to get rid of a minute ago? Well, you didn't, did you? And now they got their little toothpastey fingers all down the side of that vessel sink. Absolutely not. These things are notoriously difficult to clean. People hate them, especially in glass. What are you, crazy? No one puts a glass, no, don't do it. It's just gonna show all the grossness that you could imagine, all the dirt. Think of what you're doing in the sink. Think of what you're doing. You're washing your hands, hopefully. You're washing your dirty hands, you got toothpaste in there, you've got cosmetics, you're washing your face, all that stuff is in there, and it all is just inevitably gonna get down the side of those things, and it's just gonna sit in there. So what can you do? I would say not get a vessel sink. I would say choose one that's actually built into the vanity is ideal. Get something a little bit bigger, make sure that you're able to kind of like get your whole face in there and it's not gonna splash all over the side of this vessel sink, ideally. And I would say also really consider where that faucet placement is. Some of these vessel sinks have the most impractical faucets going on that it just becomes really like, just encourages so much splashing, which is already, again, a problem with vessel sinks, but now you're just adding insult to injury by adding an extra variable that is not needed. Now you've got some stupid faucet that's splashing everything all over the place. I would avoid those incredibly annoying faucets and just go for one where you really line up the placement so that it's gonna provide minimal splashage, if that's, it's a new word that I just made up and I think it makes sense for this. Okay, next up on my list, items difficult to clean that you should avoid if you hate cleaning, which who doesn't? Would be dark or stainless countertops. I talked about this in a practical video that I did a little while ago, and I just really wanted to highlight it in this one because we're specifically talking about cleaning and how difficult they are. Now, this is the opposite of light colored furniture, which I think a lot of people would find surprising because they would think that white would be really annoying to clean. But actually, when it comes to countertops, in my personal experience, I have dealt with many. I would say that stainless, especially dark colored countertops, are the worst. There is so much stuff, gunk that gets on there. Every crumb, every annoying piece of debris that is ever in that kitchen is just going to show up, and it's just going to sit there forever. And it's just, you won't even notice it until you actually get rid of it. The thing is it's kind of the opposite of the couch, because again, when you've got light colors, when you've got a white countertop or a light colored countertop, you will notice immediately when it gets dirty. So there's an immediate like response that you're gonna have, or hopefully that family that you have, but you didn't get rid of, you know, can wipe it down, right? And they'll hopefully see that. Maybe I'm expecting a lot out of them, but like they'll hopefully see that and go like, oh, I spilled coffee on the countertop, I should probably give it a quick wipe, you know? Like you'll do that. The thing is with the dark colored countertops though, is the opposite is true. People don't realize how dirty those things are until you actually kind of like take them at an angle and you sort of catch the light in such a way and you realize these are filthy. These are filthy. These need to be hosed down. And honestly, I would just say avoid them completely and go with something a little bit more light and bright that's going to give a little bit, it's going to read a little bit more sanitary, and you're going to have that immediate response to want to clean it when it gets even a little bit dirty. When they're dark, you can't see it and they get absolutely filthy. You know, if you hate cleaning, then, you know, if you don't want to have to do the deep clean, then I would avoid the dark countertops and just go for something lighter, and you're just gonna maintain it a lot better, trust me. Okay, next up on my list, people that hate cleaning, I'm going to say the shag rug. Shag rugs or carpets. I mean, are people installing shag rugs? Like, I know shag rugs are sort of still kind of popular and people like them, but are people doing entire carpets in shag? I don't know, but I would still avoid it, especially in a carpet. But I would also avoid it in a rug as well. And I know it's textural, it's fluffy, it's cozy, oh, it's comfy, oh, you could put that in the bedroom, oh, isn't that just lovely? Those things have more dirt in there than you shake that loose, you are just gonna get so much dirt and grime that is just gonna get locked in those things. And no matter how much you vacuum, it ain't coming out. They're not coming out. You know what I mean? Like they're really difficult to maintain. It just gets stuck in there, it gets stuck in the fibers, and you're not the most powerful Dyson, whatever animal vacuum that you're gonna have in there, whatever the Dyson's got going on these days, it is still gonna be a challenge. The Roomba, no match. It's no match for the shag rug. You know what I mean? You have no other really options. They're just filthy. They just get so much stuff and junk get in there. It just gets trapped in there, and you're not gonna be able to really take it out and clean it actually effectively. I would go for something in a much lower pile. That would be my solution for that one. Get something in a lower pile. It's gonna be much easier to maintain. When you vacuum, it's actually gonna be able to get it clean. You can also once a year or so actually get it professionally laundered. It's just gonna hold up a lot better. I know that like the cheap shag rug at Costco, I see you. I see that you're looking at it and you're going, oof, that's not a bad price. I get it, but I've been there. I've made that mistake, and I wouldn't recommend it. I've done it too. I got suckered in and bought one, and then it just realized how disgusting it was. You know what? You buy yourself a shag rug, you hold on to that for 2 years, then you move, and then you kind of like shake it loose a little bit, you are gonna be shocked. You're gonna think, I lived in filth and squalor for those 2 years. Yeah, you did. So listen to me and skip it, and just don't get the shag rug, and go for something low pile, easy to maintain. You'll be much happier. Okay, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I have a video here on impractical home design where I talk about similar things where things are just really impractical. This one I just really wanted to focus on cleaning, because I hate cleaning and these things are really difficult to maintain. So I will leave you all with that video. I'll see you all in that one, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks, bye.